On this day 100 years ago, on the 24th of August 1923, one of the more infamous escapes took place from the Geelong Gaol. Angus Murray was serving a sentence of 15 years for a robbery of the ES&A Bank in Middle Park with Robert Bennett. He was 5 years into his sentence when he escaped. Murray was transferred to the Geelong Gaol in September 1922 from Pentridge. He was generally a well-behaved prisoner and was trusted enough to be placed in the position of clerk in charge of the prisoner's store. Murray also headed up the choir of the jail and was said to have had a beautiful singing voice. But on the night of August 24, 1923, Angus Murray made his escape. It was a well-planned escape, worked on for several days, if not weeks, hiding the tools in a cavity he had carved into the brick wall in his cell. He covered the cavity with bread and dampened paper and used paint to make it look like the surrounding water. Murray was locked in his cell around 5 p.m. after he had been searched and the cell given a cursory once-over by the warder James Kelly. Murray carefully removed the stones at the base of his window with the help of a prisoner in a neighbouring cell. A rope was passed between cells 51 and 52 using a forked stick. Through a rope pulley system, the bluestone bricks, as they were dislodged, were quietly lowered to the floor of the cell. Once the opening was big enough to loosen the bars, Murray had enough room to squeeze through. Murray had torn his bedclothes into shreds to form a rope to lower himself to the wall dividing the yards. He was then able to scale the outside wall using the blanket rope, which was later discovered over the Swanson Street wall. The escape was discovered by the warder of the tier at 7:45 p.m, when the cell was found empty and a block of bluestone on the floor of the cell. Warders raced outside into the Myers and Swanson streets but could not find the prisoner. A boy passing the jail at the time of the escape saw Murray spring into a waiting car. The police scoured the district but could find no trace of the fugitive. However, a suit was stolen from a house behind the jail, and Murray's abandoned prison uniform was found in a paddock. Murray's description was immediately forwarded to all police stations in Geelong and all over Victoria by the next day. Police searched all night for the escapee without any sightings. Railway stations were also put on alert, as it was feared that Murray would try to escape over the border, having previously been in New South Wales and South Australia. Murray took part in the robbery of a bank manager in which the manager was fatally shot, with another notorious criminal named Richard Buckley. A few days later, Murray was discovered by police in the house of Squizzy Taylor in St Kilda, which was raided on the morning of the 11th of October 1923. Murray was charged with escaping legal custody, while Squizzy was charged with being an idle and disorderly person by being the occupier of a house known to be frequented by a reputed thief and others with no visible means of support. Angus Murray would eventually be charged with the murder of Thomas Berryman, despite not firing a single shot. He became the final man executed on the gallows of Old Melbourne Gaol in 1924. Murray's escape led to the small tables in the cells of Geelong Gaol being affixed to the walls so they could not be moved to be aid in an escape in the future.